We are Parsippany residents, and we are memorializing the pre and post effects of Hurricane Irene for Parsippany. As you can see, this is what our neighborhood looked like post Irene, but pre the reservoir release. Post Irene, we weathered the storm. Trees are still standing. Power lines are up. No significant water accumulations at all. We figured we got through pretty good. As you can see, we thought we had weathered the storm, so to speak. If you take a look at our grass, our driveway, front lawn, everything looks good. Post Irene and post reservoir water release, what the view looks like from the front of our home. You can see our driveway is flooded, and more significantly, the entire block to the left of our house is essentially covered by river water. Post Irene pre-reservoir release, this is what our backyard looked like. No water accumulation whatsoever, significant. Pool, good shape. The gazebo, good shape. Again, we believe we had weathered the storm. Post Irene and post reservoir water release, this is what our rear of our yard looks like. Several feet of water that continues to rise. In fact, it's higher than it was taken at this time. The pool is covered with contaminated water, and you can see the gazebo has about 2 to 3 feet of water on that side. The river water and the overflow has encroached over our pool, and to the right of that, again, 2 to 3 feet significant water accumulation. Again, this is the view from the front of our home, post Irene and post reservoir water release. Essentially, it's a lake. If you can see down to the end of the block, you see the neighbors' mailboxes can give you an idea of just how high that water is. It has become virtually impassable for our neighbors who are at that end of the block. So much so that we believe our neighbors did indeed call for rescue assistance to help them to leave their home. And to the rescue, the heroes of this whole story, I believe, has been the volunteers of Parsippany. Consider the volunteers who have arrived to rescue our neighbors by boat. They arrived, they surveyed the damage, and they are wading in. They weren't sure of how high and deep the water went. As you can see, the water was knee deep, and in fact, it was almost waist deep. They were further up the road, further upriver, I was about to say, before we continue with this footage. And they are rescuing 3 of our neighbors who were unable to leave their home. So thank God for the Parsippany Rescue and Recovery Unit. They are truly the heroes of the story, particularly for our block.
Parsippany Rescue and Recovery.
Okay, and obviously today we have some footage of you rescuing a family. How frequent is that going to be today?
We hope not very frequent. We hope everyone listen to the advice to evacuate, but if not, Parsippany Rescue and Recovery is prepared along with our fire departments and EMS.
It's important to note that for our block, there was not a mandatory evacuation. The evacuation was voluntary. Mandatory was for those in low-lying areas. Voluntary was for those nearby to low-lying areas. It was advised that we move our cars to higher ground, which we did indeed do. We don't know who owns the car in front of our home. They may come back to find it floating down our block, unfortunately. Stay tuned. We'll give you more updates later.